Here we have the WEEDINATOR canopy being built, and it's clad in plywood, but that's not the final cladding, that's just to create templates. So these plywood boards are quite thin, I think that's 2.5mm, and they'll get used as templates to do the final cladding, which will probably be aluminium tread plate, because the treads are resistant to scratching, so it will maintain a finish. Importantly, we're trying to keep or protect this control panel from water ingress. So this could have like another flap on the back of it at some stage. I don't want to do that right at the minute because we don't know what kind of implement is going to be attached here. It's going to be some kind of hydraulic mechanism and possibly an electric operated PTO, I'm not sure. In terms of the hinging, the hinge is at the back here. It looks quite complicated because it's rubber mounted, and everything here is rubber mounted. Some quite big hefty rubber mounts there, another one here. The reason for that is to try and avoid vibration on the top here. I think that the vibration might make the GPS antennae signal less accurate, but it's a good thing to do. The original machine was fitted with this type of mounting on the canopy, so basically copying that, except that when I put this mechanism in, I found that I had to have a horizontal shock absorber as well, because opening the canopy would just cause this to rotate slightly on the mounting, which was not good. So this mounting here, I think I've actually put it back to front, but because most of the load is going in a vertical direction, I don't think that matters. There's still plenty of shock absorbance there. If I did it again, I'd swap it around, but there we go. So this bar goes right across to the other side, so that's our pivot. So the whole canopy pivots on the back, and let's see if I can actually open it. It's quite difficult to do this and film it at the same time. It's not too heavy, I can open it with one hand quite comfortably, but if I was checking the oil or the water in the radiator, I certainly wouldn't want to be stood here like holding it up like that. So I think some kind of actuator at the back there would be the solution. Make it electric and be part of the control system to open the canopy and check the oil, get access to the engine without too much hassle. I think it might get caught by the wind if it was windy. Certainly it would if it was opened all the way up to get access to the control panel, but it will swivel all the way over here. That's upright, so that already gives me good access to the control panel, but it will actually go all the way over, like 180 degrees. So let's put that back. Let's just have a look at the construction of the framework itself. There it goes, just sits neatly on there. The frame is in, basically it's 30 by 30 by 3 box section here. It is actually a little bit heavier than it could be. I think I could easily have reduced that to 25 by 25, maybe even 20 by 20. We'll see. And the profile of the cladding is given by this construction here. So that could not be made of 30 by 30 box section or any kind of box section, because of the angle on it needs to be the same as the cladding, otherwise they'll get an improper join. So if you look on the other side, you can see underneath here it's not actually supported, so that's like, it's like an angle, but it's not really properly supported. So I'll probably weld these strips in here. I haven't done it yet because it's just simply run out of material. Spot welded it here. So these spot welds actually interfere with the fit, so they need to be ground down, which is why they're only spotted. And the actual strength of the proper weld to be done underneath there. Put that in there. There's a little bit of a interference issue with the fuel tank, but it's not major. just needs something welded in here to support that bit. And whilst I'm at it, I'll talk about the alternator. I've been trying to test the alternator and I don't think it works. Put a light in it. The light is 5.4 ohms. It glows, but it doesn't go out when the engine's running, and there's no current going to the battery, so I think the alternator might be broken or I've wired it up incorrectly, but it's very simple. There's only two wires coming out here. One is what they call the IG ignition, I guess, that goes through the bulb and to the battery. And I think it might be that I've put the wrong bulb in. Who knows? Maybe it needs because the bulb's not glowing very brightly, so it might be that the resistance is wrong. I don't know. I'll check that out. If not, we'll be replacing this alternator, but that's pretty much the last thing to get going before we can actually take it out and test it around the fields in anger.